they don't understand that the bosses eat last. They don't understand that it's some days where we go without a check. We be like, man, we ain't gonna take a check. We're gonna put it all into the business. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they start a business because they want to be financially free and not really realizing that you gotta grow the damn business first before the business can start allowing you to eat off it. You gotta build that business almost as if it's its own entity, as it's its own child. Welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back, y'all.
Hey, for this video right here, what we're gonna be doing is teaching you how to grow your clothing brand in 2024.
Yep.
All right, so right now, can you believe that it's the second month of the year already?
That's crazy.
All right, it's February. All right, so we about, I think today is the 7th. We're about 37, 38 days into the year.
Yep.
So far, all right, we are at over $300,000 in sales. We at about $325,000 in sales. That's almost making an average of like $10,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little short, of making that $10,000 a day. I think that would be what, 380,000 that we need to be at, and we only at 325. But really want to give you that information because a lot of times there's a lot of people that may teach you how to grow your brand, start your brand, but it's different. Whenever you're growing your brand in current time, like the same struggles that we was facing a couple of years ago is not the same struggles that new brand owners are facing, or is not as easy as to get started as what it was in 2020 when everybody was at their house just chilling, buying stuff online. All right, so really, the same problems that y'all are facing on a daily basis, we are still facing those problems every single day. All right, so really, we want to come here and give you real information in real time, and just let you know that the same things that we are currently doing. You can steal some of those things straight from us, and you can start implementing that into your brand today.
Like, what would you say are not the number one, but some things that we have implemented, within these past 30-some days, that's continuously allow us to stay consistent this beginning of the year?
One of the words that you said earlier, which is preparation. So preparing before is actually game time.
Yep.
Like, I think that's like extremely important whenever you want to build and gain that momentum. So having a successful brand is all about momentum.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is, if you are not getting any engagement, like, let's just say, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like, when you're not getting engagement on social media, you might not post as much because you're not getting what you want. But let's just say you start getting engagement, you're going to start posting more. It was the same question that I asked you earlier, and I was like, when you make money, what do you want to do after you make a lot of money? You want to make more of it, right? Is that momentum, is that rush, is that feeling of accomplishing something, and you want to continuously go out and accomplish more of those things. So with that being said, is like preparing allows us to prepare for that momentum and continue that momentum. So if you prepare for one drop and it goes solid, and you just lay back and you just chill and you just kind of have to start your engine up all the way over again for the next, that's what's going to slow down your momentum. So the biggest thing I feel like that helped us out a lot, and you could agree or disagree to this, but it's just being prepared, bro. Like when we came into this year, one of the first things I did on New Year's Day was actually say, man, this year is about being super intentional about releasing products around special days.
Yep.
So I said, man, it's Martin Luther King Day on the 15th. It's Mardi Gras coming up in February. It's Valentine's Day coming up. And if you haven't watched the video of us doing, $20,000 live in front of your face, please go back and watch that video because that was crazy. And, coming today, just yesterday, what we did, $63,000 in one day.
Yep.
Today we at $6,000, if not even more. So with that being
at it was like 1 o'clock right now.
Yes, and with that being said, it's like we already prepared for these days. Like we thought about what we was going to drop yesterday, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like we knew that. Longer. Yes, we knew that this day was going to come. And another thing that we're doing, as we drop, we see what's working and we start combining it all into one. So one of the things that we did.
But how you felt about that?
Yeah, I would say one of the things that, like, cause the first time we did that, I think we did like 56,000. and then the second time we did it, we came and did 62,000. I would say on the first time, we do this thing called the high low strategy, where we push everybody to buy a low item, but then when they come to the site, they realize that it's higher price items that we are trying to upsell at least 20% of everybody that come to the site. All right, that's gonna go over some of the heads too. We try to upsell at least 20 people that's purchasing to buy something at a higher price.
Yep.
So we may say, hey, we got $5 tees, but then we got a $7 jogger set. But for this case scenario, we did $3 shirts. Right now, I know there's gonna be a lot of comments saying, how do y'all selling shirts at $3? But in reality, like a percentage of those people we want to upsell, to get that higher price item. We driving traffic, and we talk about this. Clicks turn into conversions.
Correct.
So we want as many clicks as we can, so we can have more conversions, right? So if you're not getting any clicks on your site, you're not gonna get any conversions. So I would say the first time we did it, we did do around like 56,000. Second time we did it, which was yesterday, we did 62,000. Now I think the big difference between both was the first time we did it, we had the low item, but we can't forget that we had just released jogger sets on that day too, which was the same price as the three hoodies that we were selling.
Correct.
So we kind of like did have a high product without actually announcing it, and it was new. And then for this one, we specifically was announcing that higher product as well as that low product, which was the only difference that we made. But I felt like we could have still not only said, it was the hoodies that was new, we could have still talked about the joggers was there too.
Yep.
So I think one of the pieces of language that we left out was that we got it's $2 Tuesday, we got the 3 hoodies for 60. But also, why didn't we say, we also restocked our jogger sets? Like, why we didn't put that inside of the language? And I think that was one of the things that we missed out on. And I don't think it was like a bad thing that we did, because we still had a bigger day than we previously had. But we was trying to have our first $100,000 day, which was unsuccessful, but it was still successful because we still did over $60,000 in a day. But I knew from that, we learning. And we taking things that's working, and we continuously implement them, and we taking things out that's not working. And I would say just like by the patterns and, continuously doing drops, that would be the one thing that I think we kind of missed out on. Because in the email, bro, we ain't even talk about the jogger sets. Like, and if you don't talk about it, if you don't communicate to your customers this what you have on your site, they don't even remember that it's there.
Yep.
So, with that being said, like, you got to prepare for your year, even if you have the merchandise or not. Like, put yourself in a mind frame of this what we trying. Like, we wanted to do MLK Day, but it was too late, so we didn't do it, but we still had that on the calendar.
Yep.
So you still need to put these things on the calendar that you want to do, so you can put yourself in a mind frame of being able to actually see yourself doing it. Now, if it comes and you're not able to do it, cool. Focus on the next thing that you got on the calendar. But if you never have these things mapped out, guess what? You're going to wake up tomorrow, it's going to be Valentine's Day. You're going to wake up the next day, it's going to be Easter. You're going to wake up the next day, it's going to be in the summer. So time just going to keep passing you by if you don't have that plan or have that map. Like, things are just going to just float right past you.
And I got a question for, like, really talking to the person that's, they getting a drop and really they're not selling through their drop. So they're not dropping. We dropping 2-3 times a week sometimes. So what if that person can only drop once or twice, a month? How do they still, keep it fresh, or, how do they still continue to, make those sales, to keep their days going?
So depending on where you at in your brand, and I'm going to just say, like, that would be beginner level, right? That would be somebody that, probably never hit their first 1,000, or maybe hit their first 1,000, never hit their first 2,500. I think if you inside of that phase, I think the biggest thing that we, like, not doing is getting aggressive with selling. Like, and not going out and throwing a shirt in somebody's face and saying, buy this for $20, buy this for $20, and then they keep walking and you say, I'll do it for 10, I'll do it for 10. No, nothing like that. But in reality, like, everywhere you go, it's potential customers. So one of the reasons why we're able to have the biggest days possible, because we have an engaging database. We have an engaging email list. We have an engaging text list, right? We have multiple text lists at that. And then we also like pre-running ads to this drop to even get more signups. So it's like we promoting ahead of time to have sellout drops. But whenever you first get started, you may have a product, but you don't have an audience. It's unrealistic to say I'm about to do 50,000 a day when you don't even have an audience.
Yep.
So with that being said, you gotta grow your audience. How do you grow your audience? Through sales, right? Because with sales come cash. With cash, you're able to reinvest back into the brand, spend money on more product to get even more customers, and also spend money on ads or even spend money on your email and your text list so you can be able to house those customers. So if you like got product and not selling through it, it's really your fault because you not out making sales.
Yep.
You not bringing your product to your job and making all your coworkers buy it. You're not running the backpack method that we been schooled y'all on. You don't have product in your bag right now ready to sell.
Yep.
That's the reason why you stuck with product, because bro, selling 30 shirts, like we so beyond that mindset, bro, to where if you was just starting a new brand today, Marlon, and you had 30 shirts that you just picked up from Tommy T's today, this morning, 7 o'clock this morning. I mean, let's just say you got a job. You get off at 5 o'clock. What would you be doing throughout that day at your job, or what would you be doing after you get off to sell those 30 shirts? And how fast do you think you can sell those 30 shirts, realistically, with the mind frame that you got now?
I mean, a few days.
A few days.
Yeah.
In a few days, I'm guessing 2 days.
Yeah.
Because it's just like I'll be doing everything in my power to get that going, because that's that investment away.
Well, it sounds like you saying that's a want to. Like, they really gotta, they gotta want to really make this brand successful. And, what I mean by that is, like, people see they see what the brand look like on the outside, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, people rocking it, people supporting you, you getting attention, you taking photos, you looking nice, you like fashion make you look good, feel good. And so you see all of these things, and they don't realize that, starting a brand is so much more than just starting a brand. A brand is a business. Yes. A business is an enterprise. You actually are starting a organization that's so much bigger than just the clothes that you creating. That's just one way that you get to represent it. It's like school uniform. For we in Louisiana, most people in Louisiana have school uniforms. So in actuality, you represent the school you go to as a community, but every day you wearing the uniform to show what school you go to. But the knowledge and everything that you're getting at that school, the relationships, the people, everything that's going on a day-to-day basis is what's going to determine your end life.
Yes.
So, like, I just want y'all to understand what I'm saying right now. Like, your brand is what you putting on every single day to go and learn, to go and work, to go and commit to go and build. And every single day that, that you don't take it as serious as possible, it's just it just becomes that uniform that you wear. You go to school, you come on, you take it off, and then you just do it again the next day.
Yep.
And then it just keep on repeating like that.
And then you just keep going from one thing to the next. Like bro, we did it all. Like,
that's big too.
The minute we said we about to run a multi-million-dollar brand, nothing else. Is the minute that we created a multi-million-dollar brand. Like, before we had this YouTube channel, guess what we was doing? Building our multi-million-dollar brand.
Yep.
Like, it was almost like we couldn't even do this YouTube until we got the brand to a level in which it could damn near run itself. So, like, most people, they want to have a YouTube channel, they want to have a brand, they want to invest in stocks, they want to invest in real estate, they want to sports bet, they want to do so many things in one, and they're not really realizing that it takes one thing to be successful. Then you can go touch all those other things and make those things successful too.
Yep.
So another big thing I want to share, is what we've been talking about recently is milestone ready versus mindset ready. Everybody who watching this video is probably milestone ready. Like, if I ask anybody that's watching this video, hey, if you never made your first $1,000 running your brand, and I want to help you make your first $1,000. Can I help you? You're going to be like, hell yeah, let me help me.
Yep.
But in reality, they not mindset ready. They don't understand that the bosses eat last. They don't understand that it's some days where we go without a check. We be like, man, we ain't going to take a check. we're going to put it all into the business. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they start a business because they want to be financially free and not really realizing that you got to grow the damn business first before the business can start allowing you to eat off it. You got to build that business almost as if it's its own entity, as it's its own child. That business got to crawl so that business can walk. You got to feed. Do you go to McDonald's and your daughter buy you McDonald's?
Nope.
You go to McDonald's and you buy your daughter McDonald's, right?
Correct.
But when your daughter make 18, 19, get to 21, then, you know, she may be like, Dad, let me go ahead and take you out to the restaurant.
And I think a big thing is, honestly, like, having that guidance. Like, you know, it wasn't until we got in the Business Accelerator program that we really had the guidance that we needed.
Yes.
Shout out to Miss Kathy, who, you know, was literally, you know, we had a checkup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you know that you have somebody that's going to come and check on the things that you're supposed to be working on, or what financial statements look like, or, you know, making sure you're paying your team the right way, you're going to start doing these different things and start implementing this stuff so that way your business could, like, go to the next level. And that's the thing that, you know, I feel like you're hitting on is, like, we doing the brand, but we not operating it like as a business. And that's because, like, we're not growing as business owners. We want to grow as fashion designers and creators and designers and do all of that stuff that, you know, that make that look good inside of the company, speaking, because that's the things, that's what you got into it for. Honestly, that's what you thought it was when you got into the business of it. You thought that that's what it was about. But then, like, it's just so much more of, like, all right, now how do we distribute this product to the masses?
Yes.
All right. Then, all right. In the distribution, if I'm putting it in stores, how do I, you know, effectively get it manufactured and brought to the stores properly? Because now, let's just say it's selling off the rack and they can't keep it, and then you can't demand it. Now people don't want the product. And then if you go on D2C, how do you actually fulfill it? What's going to go on with the customer service? So, like, as you really start continuing to grow, you really got to continue to evolve who you are more than anything, because that's what your brand gonna demand. And it wasn't until, like, we started reading those books, we started meeting with other entrepreneurs, we started getting into other programs, that we really took the brand to the next level. Because honestly, that's what it is. We all think we know what we're supposed to be doing, but it's not until we get in front of somebody that actually know that's doing it, to where, you know, they able to, like, clear the smoke away for us, so that we could truly see what we're supposed to be doing. And I hit on what you were saying before we end this. It's just like a lot of us, and which I think that we did a good job of, because we realized that we had to have an abundance mindset, is we, like, fearful of information. And what I mean by being fearful of information is, like, once we ask for something, we come on these classes, we watch these podcasts, these YouTubes, and you will get information, and, like, you will continue to go with what you think because of how you feel about it, when somebody is already, like, showing you the path. It's almost like when grandma told you, don't touch the stove, don't touch the stove. You got to touch the stove and burn yourself for you to literally finally figure it out that you were supposed to go this way. So I just feel like that's one advice that I wish that people could take. Like, learn from what somebody telling you, rather than, like, actually learning from making a mistake. Like that, just
that's wisdom.
Yeah, like,
being wise.
Like, if you ask us, how do you feel about this design, and we start telling you things to change, don't automatically go, but I was
defending them wrong beliefs.
And then I had it like this because of this, and it's just like, I'm telling you what it was.
Hey, look, one thing Marlon said the other day, and I want to hit y'all. I want to hit y'all in the gut with this one. Unlearn all those things that you know about building a clothing brand. Unlearn everything. Unlearn it right now. You know why? Because everything that you learned about building a clothing brand, if you still at $0 in sales, if you still ain't hit your first 10,000, hey, you've been doing it wrong the whole time. It's because you got those wrong beliefs. Unlearn all of that
Hey, we appreciate y'all. I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of World Envision.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Clark. It is a banger right here.
It is. Hey, make sure you go. If you watch it to this point, make sure you check the description. Activate www.activateyourvision.com. Join the access link. We going crazy, helping hundreds and brand owners go crazy, building a community that's, you know, we meeting in person. We having Vision Summit events. We helping opening up kiosks. We helping, you know, partner with other companies.
make sales inside of your
make
brand.
Make your dreams a reality. We helping you activate your vision. That's what we doing. So all right, we gonna see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all. We
Let's
out.
Get it.